Hello and welcome to the Southeast Iowa Union News Break. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Coming up, crime rates are up in Washington County and another local athlete has declared where they're continuing their career. But first, the Washington County Board of Supervisors voted to raise pay for all staff and elected officials at a meeting on Tuesday. For non-elected personnel, the county raised a motion to raise the base wage by $1.75 across the board. Pay raises for elected officials proved more contentious. The County Compensation Board sets the maximum allowable rate of increase each year. For the next fiscal year, the group set those amounts at a pay raise of 10% for all elected officials, except for the county sheriff and supervisor positions, where it set the cap at 12% and 4% respectively. Supervisors said they were skeptical about raising rates so much after fiscal year 2023's historical increase of pay for elected officials. A motion to raise most elected wages by half the recommended amounts failed in a 2-3 split, with all other board members voting no. A motion to raise elected officials' pay by 75% of the recommended amount passed in a 3-2 vote, with Fedler and Stoops voting against. Pay increases for supervisors were a separate action item from those of other elected officials. In a 5-0 vote, the board agreed to leave the supervisor chair's $3,500 stipend unchanged. The board passed a plan to raise their own pay by the recommended 4%, up to $49,001. The vote was 3-2, with Fedler and Seward dissenting. In 2022, the Washington County Attorney's Office recorded a record number of indictments and collections. The office filed 490 indictments, compared to the annual average of 348 between 2013 and 2020. Collections in 2022 amounted to $266,000, up from $264,000 in 2021, and an annual average of $204,000 from 2013 to 2020. The top two crimes were drug possession and operating while intoxicated. Data may not provide a full picture of law-breaking incidents in the county, as the data only reflects the charges and prosecutions handled by the county attorney's office and not all criminal charges filed. The Washington City Council has approved the first step in overhauling its food truck ordinance by passing a reading of the proposed new city code. The new city code includes changes such as a simplified process for mobile food unit licenses, a fire inspection requirement, and a requirement that food trucks park at least 100 feet from brick-and-mortar food and drink establishments. The new code would allow vendors to choose between an annual or daily license, but the fees for the licenses are unclear and would be set by a resolution after the ordinance takes effect. The code also includes exemptions for certain vendors, such as seasonal produce stands, farmers market vendors, and vendors participating in council-approved events from the fire and license fees. An amendment allows vendors to have their community's fire department complete the inspection form if they don't operate out of Washington County. We're going to take a brief break, and when we come back, we'll continue with the day's top stories, as well as take a look at the weather.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our communities stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Hello and welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Getting back into today's top stories, the Family Connection program in Henry County has expanded to include Washington County. The program provides support for families for pregnancy until children begin school around 5 years old. The program includes home visits, parenting classes, play groups, and family activities. It is run by a staff of 4 and utilizes the parents as teachers' curriculum. The program has grown from serving 15 families in September 21 to over 50 families currently. Funding for the program comes from an Early Childhood Iowa grant and local donations. Kelly DePriest, a student from Mount Pleasant majoring in elementary education ESL endorsement, has been named to Bradley University's Fall 22 Dean's List. To be eligible for the Dean's List, a student must achieve a minimum 3.5 grade point average for the semester on a 4.0 scale. Bradley University is a top-ranked private university in Peoria, Illinois, offering nearly 6,000 undergraduate and graduate student opportunities, choices, and resources to build their futures. That was the top stories. It is now time for the weather. We start off the day with some snow, but it has since stopped and temperatures have risen above freezing to 37. Tomorrow will be nicer with partly cloudy skies and a high of 32. On Saturday, temperatures will remain at 32, but it'll be cloudy. And snow will make a return on Sunday morning, but like today, temperatures will rise later in the day, melting it all away. We'll start our work week Monday with cloudy skies and a high of 35. We're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at local sports.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank. Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross, Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
Tammy takes the time and has the personal interest in each one of us. I don't worry about what's going to happen because I know my policy is taken care of.
She pulls what I need and puts it together, which is the program I get from her.
Every year she calls around September, so it says, there's changes again, and I'm going to do the best thing for you. It's been perfect. She does a great job.
Hello and welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It is now time for sports.
Sports, brought to you by Fairway.
The Iowa Football Coaches Association honored Waco head football coach Chad Edeker earlier this week with the 2022 Class 8 Player Coach of the Year award. Edeker was one of the 7 coaches to earn the award, one for each class. The 2022 Warriors went 13-1, winning every game before the Class 8 Player State Championship game, where they would settle for second place. The Warriors were defeated 38-16 by Remsen St. Mary's in the state championship, but the season marked the furthest run for the program in school history. Mount Pleasant senior Carter Amos will be a Mount Mercy Mustang next year. Amos signed his letter of intent to attend and play baseball for Mount Mercy on Wednesday. Amos follows in the footsteps of older brother Dustin Amos, who played for Mount Mercy from 2016 to 2018. Like his brother, Amos will play for head coach Jack Dahm, who has headed up the Mustang program since 2015, just a few years after leaving the University of Iowa. That is the news for Southeast Iowa. I've been your host, Nick Steffens. This has been your news break.